How many pills you got?
Yeah, it'll probably be a good thing. He's out here with just red and blue pills.
I'm gonna hit up my man. So hey, I need that red and blue pill. Hit your boy. Got him for the low.
Oh man.
I bought these shades a long time ago. Said that they was Morpheus shades. Then the movie came out and I was like, oh, I finally have a use. I also got some bat shades that I'm gonna use for Batman. Whenever the fuck that comes out.
This year. Shit, soon, actually. That nigga's chilling.
You want to be in it, Kobe? What's happening, captains? Welcome to another episode of the Zay and Jay Show. I'm your host, Morpheus. And with my co-host, Jay. If you haven't found out by now, we doing the Matrix. It's finally here. Matrix came out last week.
Week or two ago. About a week or two ago.
Right before New Year's. So they tried dropping bombshell on us. Y'all get to see how we felt about it. So I'm gonna give you the option. The red pill being the dislikes, or the blue pill being the likes. Which one you want to do?
It's a new year, so let's start with positivity. Yeah.
You don't want to break the system.
No. Let's start nice because okay. I'm going. Yeah, let's start nice.
I'll go first. Love that the I don't want to say she was the main character, but I love that her name was Bugs and she was the White Rabbit. Rabbit was the book that led Neo to finding the fucking pills, and they made it an actual person named Bugs, like Bunny. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Clever.
I like how they said it's like, oh, you know, when she asked Morpheus the question, and she's like, well, it's not really a question because you already pretty much know what you got to do. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. Let me do that. So everybody who got asked the question, it wasn't even really a question. It was going to happen anyway. So I thought that was pretty cool.
My likes Trinity, because you know, years later, Trinity still, you know, she can still get it.
That was your like because she looked good.
I mean, yeah, that was like I was like positivity, you know. It's like
nothing. Because she looked good.
I would say in the very beginning. Well, yeah, that's like it's a like. But in the very beginning,
how many people look good in the movie? That's not a like.
Trinity fine as hell. But
not
the
really,
beginning of the movie, right? The beginning of the movie, how they play the storyline in the very beginning. It's like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. All right, it's clever.
What, the loop?
No, the whole like how Neo's living. Like they made it seem like
like you said very beginning.
Yeah, the very beginning. They made it how they like Neo's just, you know, living a boring world and he's just the top gaming designer. I'm like,
he made the Matrix? Yeah. How is that not cool? What the fuck? There's Matrix like, video games and they put it into the movie? Like, what? Yeah. How do people not like this? What?
I was like, that's dope.
They made Neo it seemed like he wasn't even in the shit, like it never made. It's like, oh, those memories you have are from your game, not what you've actually been doing.
Like,
and every time he
like retcons, like
every time he try to come think about it, they like, no, that this is because of this. Oh, no, you know, we put the slow motion in the game. That's why you remember it. So I was like,
you can fly in the game. Yeah, you showed yourself how to fly. It was like, okay. They kind of retconning all the 1, 2, and 3. It was like, I guess a little bit of a reboot, refreshing course. Like, oh,
I wouldn't even say all that. I wouldn't even really
they made
say
it
that.
seem like they made like the play that how they played it. They made it seem like 1, 2, and 3 is like all happening in his fucking head.
Yeah, that's what they are trying to do.
It.
The machines have to make sure he stays contained so he doesn't break out and become Neo. That's the whole point of the movie. It was on purpose. It was supposed to do that so he wouldn't remember and become the Neo that he was.
Fed him blue pills, and I was like, okay, that's a good play.
Cool.
But, when we go to the dislikes, remember how that was played out.
I love them trying to keep Neo contained, and every time he thought he was figuring some shit out, something else happened.
His therapist was the fucking creator.
Neil, my man, Neil Patrick Harris. Sorry, I was gonna wait for it, but he is a great villain. And not just because like he didn't have to be menacing with it. It was cool, calm, and collective. He said, I saw opportunity, I took the chance. It was fucking dope how he resurrected them. Like, what the fuck? And found out that they have to be, when they're together, that's when they have their full potential. But just separate, they can still be cool. But that, which I usually don't like, but I love
the power of friendship. It's so strong.
But that didn't mean like they wouldn't be able to beat it without each other. Like Neo carried the first 3 movies. He was the whole reason that they fucking survived. So now for this one to tell that, Trinity is like his fucking ex. When you put them shits together, they cause like some kind of crazy shit. So I love that part about it. Let's go to Morpheus. At first, I was super shaky. Like, oh man, I looked up the cast list and shit. And is his name Lawrence Fishburne? Is that his name?
Lawrence Fishburne, the first one.
Lawrence Fishburne. So he's in the cast list, right? So I was like, oh shit, they gonna have 2 Morpheuses in here. But no. After just seeing
the fucking movie.
Yeah, just after seeing the first one, I think it's funny as fuck because he even talks about it. He's like, yeah, we talked about the callback. I didn't think it would happen. It's him trying to imitate the Morpheus from the previous movies by watching all his shit. I thought that shit was hilarious. I can't say the guy's name, but he did really good playing Morpheus.
Nice take. That's
when he took the pill, he was all, ooh, and then she gave him the shades. He said, oh, I never had different glasses before. I was like, oh, let's go, the Morpheus shades. The bullet time was okay in this movie to me, but I like that they made sure they incorporated it. What? It was every shooting scene was a bullet time.
Yeah.
Even the fighting scene with Neo and Mr. Smith, bullet time. Even the fight with fucking everybody, bullet time.
Yeah. Still wasn't enough. Well, Matrix movie.
How much more do you need? It was in every shooting scene.
Goddamn movie.
It was in every shooting scene. What are you talking about?
It was cool.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Nice little nostalgia,
it gave you exactly what you wanted.
This podcast is going to based off nostalgia.
No,
can we agree?
But you loved Spider-Man because of nostalgia, and now you hate the Matrix because that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. No, it's not. They got the original people. What you mean?
No. There's a difference between shocking reveals, even though we knew what was going on, and then them already telling you, hey, this is they're doing the film, and it's niggas that's, the story. We'll wait till we get to
that's what. Anyway, love how the Matrix brought the operators into it. They've never been able to do it. They always had to communicate, and I always was like, that's like a stretch for you to be running somebody like hit a left, hit a right, get in that telephone booth. So I love that the operators could actually be in there with them while they with the Matrix. And like, no, go this way. And then at the end, like the motorcycle part or whatever, when he's like, yeah, go this way hallway, and then all the swarm people are looking at him. I'm like, oh, so they can even see him. He's not even inside the Matrix. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, you can see everything.
That was fucking dope. I like what Trinity was saying, like, yeah, you know, I was playing your game or whatever, you know, and I showed this one part to my husband, and you know, and yeah, he was like basically like, you know, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, he didn't notice that it looked like me. So when I told him, he just looked at me and was like, girl, if you don't get on with that bush. And then she said, I laughed too, which made me like really, really angry. And I was like, oh, her husband and stuff are part of the people trying to keep them apart. Okay.
The whole world was a part of the plan.
Yeah,
the whole world. I love everything was designed to keep them apart. And
literally
keep them in the world.
I love that.
What movie does that sound like?
Bree said this remind her of Spy Kids heavy.
That's not a little farther back. Jim Carrey's in the movie.
The Mask?
Ever seen Truman Show?
No.
Watch the Truman Show. It's literally Jim Carrey fucking showcase, like he's literally being recorded. His whole fucking life is being recorded and is on a show, and he's just in this fucking world. That's why I was like, I'm getting Truman Show vibes.
That's the whole thing of the Matrix. Why would that be a shocker?
But
that's literally the thing of the Matrix.
In the Matrix. I don't know what the fuck that was.
They are in the Matrix. What are you talking about?
No, he get out. When they get out of that fucking, they're like, they're in a world. They're like,
yeah, the world, the Zion, the word, because they had Zion, which is now Io, because they took half of Zion, the INO, and made it to a new place, which is why when people are reborn or they learn the truth, they have to bring them out. And they're like, oh, fuck, we're fighting machines. That shit wasn't real this whole time. And the basis of the movie is that, yeah, some people have found out that the shit isn't real, but people like being controlled. People like living normal lives. They like being told what to do, but it takes the right people to figure out like, oh, this is some bullshit. We could do whatever we want and it's not even real.
So when Neo and Trinity was in the pods, they was still in the Matrix. That's what you're saying?
No, the resurrection pods resurrect you. That's the whole point.
So yeah, but they was in that pod the whole damn time. Like
what pod?
So they got out when he was in them little gooey pods. And he finally got out. Like when he took the red pill and Neo got out and went to that shit. He's
the reborn thing.
So where the fuck was he at? Was he just in the tube in a different fucking world the whole fucking time? It's like,
no, wait,
that's not the Matrix.
What are you talking? No. The Matrix is where he was at when he was the game designer. When he was reborn, he got out of the Matrix. That was him getting out.
Okay, now it makes sense. I'm just like,
yeah, when you get resurrected, that's you getting out of the Matrix. That's why they have so many pods. But the machines are there to keep the people at bay so they don't wake up and get out like that.
That motherfucker, I was like, okay, so was he in the Matrix? It was like, oh, all right.
But you know, from like one of my dislikes was like continuing from Revolutions where he dies and stuff. It was just like, what the fuck? How the fuck they get him in this one now? How do you get back into the Matrix after you die?
We going to the dislikes? That's what you're saying? You finished with your likes?
I got a bunch of likes left.
Keep liking.
Anyway, but yeah, so I was like, that would have been a little weird, but they explained it. They explained it pretty good, which is a little cop out, but I took it. Trinity says, when she's talking to Neo in the coffee shop, she's like, you know what? I always wanted to like kick somebody like so hard they fucking jaw would come off. And then at the end of the movie, when they pull up on Neo, she kicked the shit out of his jaw and snap it right back. That part was cool. Agent Smith. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say I like him better than the original Agent Smith, but I love like what it brought to the movie. Cut
this shit off right the fuck now. It's like, oh, log off.
Why? What did he do wrong?
He didn't do wrong. If you would just say he was better than the fucking other one, it just made him. They made him a little younger,
a little younger, a little hipper. That's it. It was just like an update. Yeah, it was just like an update. I thought
the boss.
I thought Mr. Smith was like in on it. I thought he knew this whole time. Like, oh, okay. As long as I keep Neo at bay, like y'all, gonna let me do whatever. But no, I love it. The scene where he picks up the gun and he's like,
Mr. Smith,
Mr. Anderson. I was like, oh shit, let's go. Because I didn't know if it was gonna be him, like, or not. I was like, okay, let's go. And I love that, like, with the other agents, they don't make him like they didn't CGI everybody to just be this one fucking skin. Like now it's like different people, and you can't really tell who is like the AI and like who's not. Yeah. So I thought that was hella cool.
I guess playing off of Revolutions, the last one. Mr. Smith is free.
Not right now, though.
No, he was literally free in Revolutions. They literally broke him free, and that's why he was like doing whatever.
Which is,
he's like, yo, he went to help. He was like, yeah, no, we're done here. Like, go ahead, bro. Like he's not the virus really anymore. He's just like he's still a virus, but he's
still a virus, but he just kind of in there.
He got his own little fucking.
Which is really cool when he changes from after they beat Neil, and then they're like, I always knew, it would end like this. And he's like, deuces. Change out of the dude. I was like, okay. So that's how we go play this now. That he can just move between bodies. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
I love how Neil being the therapist too. He says, so Morpheus is back, huh? And you felt like you could fly? We don't like to use that crazy word around here. He's like, well, tell me what the fuck it is, because this shit is weird. He's like, no. Which brings me to the part where did he take the pill? I think he took the pill. Neo takes the pill by now. And then they're in this like movie theater looking.
And he's trying to grab him from the fucking.
They grab him out of the. I was like,
come on, yo, come on,
Mr. Anderson,
you tripping?
It's not, yeah.
Yo, you tripping? Come on. Okay.
So Neil this whole time just has to keep this man at bay so he won't fucking go off the rails again. Love how they alter his face so like nobody could like recognize him. And I was like, okay,
he's an old man.
Because I was thinking like, because he was saying at the beginning, Morpheus was like, yeah, bro, like there's no Thomas Anderson, like we haven't been able to find him anywhere or nothing. And then she's like, oh yeah, that's because you might know him.
Look in the mirror, he's just an old man with beard.
And they got
it's like, oh, okay.
I'd be like, actually, I'm gonna stay in here.
Yeah. Like they really had him fucked up.
On me. Like, you ain't gonna look good either. I did feel like this. I think I already said it. I did feel like the swarm mode was better than just a bunch of people into the agents, because it literally can be activated like that.
Quantum bombing out of the buildings, bro.
Yo,
that was a lot. I was like,
this man woke up out of bed. He looked at his wife. She's like, babe, what's wrong? He said, I'm gonna be right back. He started to get everybody to start jumping out the window. I was like, oh shit. And I was thinking, like, can Neo just put up like a force field over his head, like an umbrella?
Yeah.
Just keep going. Love Morpheus again. Basically beat the kung fu out of Neo again. Come on. And I know you won't give up because you won't keep trying. He breaks the whole fucking training construct. Not even Morpheus can do that. I'm like, God damn. Which the power scaling on Neo in this movie is like a little weird, because at times he turn up really high and then he like be so low, and then he turn up really high.
Don't even know how to fly. But we going to dislikes. We going to dislikes.
They already established that before it happened. So it was a couple of times that he was going to fly but couldn't. So I didn't dislike that because they already told us the nigga can't fly.
Literally they played it was like, hey, I heard you fly before. I said, yeah.
He said, yeah, I did, but yeah. I love how the people who've been resurrected, like they fanboy over Neo. Oh shit, that's Neo, Nick. He said, look, I don't want to be much of a fanboy, but I got a lot of questions if you really want to answer them. And he said, fuck him.
I believe he. But okay, we wait till this like. It's how you be in other fucking reviews. He's going to dislike that.
Love how they go back to IO and Nairobi. I want to say it's like, look, appreciate everything you did, bro, but we don't want none of that smoke over here. So, sail. And he's like, oh, okay. And then literally not even 5 minutes after he get in the cell, Morpheus pull up like, you ready to go save the world yet? He said, but I'm locked up in here.
No, you about to get up.
We know that you're not gonna stop right here. You know what you got to do.
You know like, you're not about to stay in here. Like,
yeah, you're right. Thought I could get a nap in real quick or something, but he said no. Neo versus Mr. Smith. I didn't recognize who the people, like all the ninjas who jumped out. I didn't recognize who those guys were, but
okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay. But he said like they were old friends or people he's faced before. And I'm like, he just been fighting the Smiths, but okay. Whatever. But Mr. Smith versus Neo at the bottom, when he slam him down to the bottom and they get into a boss battle. And I was like, damn, Neo, he beat your ass. Come on, help. He's like, Mr. Anderson, I'm about to kill you. And Neo's like, no. New power upgrade. He said, oh shit, okay, I got a new power. They traded out my flying for force field. Shit,
he already had the force field.
No, he didn't. Yes, he gained that this movie.
No, the fuck.
He gained that this movie.
He used to stop bullets.
That's bullet time. That's not the same thing.
Nah, bruh.
It's not the same thing.
It's literally the same shit overpowered.
No, it's not. Like, he's literally, everybody can do bullet time. That's the thing of the Matrix. They downloaded it to him. This was him getting an upgrade.
He just took the bullet time and
there were no bullets included, so it couldn't be bullet time.
Force field.
You have to have bullets to have bullet time. That's why it's called bullet time. Yeah. Gains his force field, which I was like, okay, but he was getting his ass beat, so he needed to do that.
And he is the one.
Oh,
he is the one. Oh, he is the one.
He is half of the one. He is now half of the one.
He's the one.
Because without his other half, he all right. He all right. I like how when
he died and nobody was like, wait, he died?
Did the one just die? And remember, even in the second one, where he get like all shot up, and then they just kiss and it. Hold on, I'll get there. Okay, I'll get there.
Yeah. Well, Revelations, whatever fuck the last one was, they didn't show like what happened. They didn't show none of that shit really.
After the death?
Yeah, like they just showing him he was on the fucking ship and he just leaned back and then everybody was saved to sacrifice. Them niggas shown, we gonna go.
He basically became the guy, like off of Spy Kids. That's what we said.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool that Neo could manipulate the bullet time on Neo. I was like, okay, this is, but it's also playing into because like the Matrix is based on a simulation. I like that they call Neo the anomaly. I like that they forget what they call Mr. Smith. And then they explain to you like, look, this wouldn't be on. Like you have to have a Mr. Smith to a Neo, and you have to have a Trinity to a Neo for this all to kind of make sense, which is why when he made them all in the sim, he's like, okay, I gotta make sure y'all close to each other, but not close enough to figure out like
no spark.
What the fuck is actually happening. So I thought it was cool that they explained that part, that's why they always gotta have it.
What was the word that kind of like stopped time for him?
Oh,
and he just he was like, yeah, and then Neil was like,
fuck.
It's like, shit. Oh yeah, you know, it's a little thing I added to.
He said, oh yeah, but you know, I've just figured out this little, you know, because y'all be doing bullet time, so I'm gonna slow down. Rewind. I think it was called a rewind. And the bullet hole comes, he shoots and the bullets coming at Trinity, and this nigga just talking like, yeah, you know. So if I put this apple right here, you know. So yeah, if you just go to your pie, like you'll be straight. If not, I'll kill Trinity. We call it right there. And Neo's like, God damn. Okay. This is not good. And then still figures out. He's like, well, I'm still gonna go back for her anyway. Bugs is like, you sure you want to do that? He's like, yeah, I'm still go back for her. Let's do that. Like the remaining, I like how they would bring it back old characters and aging them with the people like they couldn't get, besides Morpheus, like the people they couldn't get back into it. They made like a granddaughter, grandpa. Santi was cool because she was the little girl at the train station, which we'll come back to that later on. Because yeah, you got me on one of those, on that part. Trinity figures out she's Trinity. I wish you would stop calling me that. What? I don't know what kind of kick that is, but I like it when she put her head forward and her leg come back. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, fuck Chad up. Yeah.
Because she's doing her fucking behind the back Chinese rush hour 2 kick.
So even in the first scene when they watch her shit, she kick. That shit was cool. Mr. Smith was able to just punch Neil out of the rewind that he was doing. He said, Smith, you the anomaly causing all this, huh? Knock the gun out. And then that nigga start flying in slow motion. And when he stopped, then all the time started. I was like, okay, Mr. Smith about to fuck.
I mean, Mr. Smith, like he kind of knew, like when he figured, like like I said, he's on his own will now. So.
But I don't know. I think he was brainwashed in the beginning. He didn't know he was Mr. Smith until he picked the gun up. And he said he had been having the dreams. He's like, that's weird. That's why I've been having dreams of just killing you all the time. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he had everybody under his influence.
That's why they worked together. And then it's like, I don't know.
It's like, yeah, let's get this nigga out of here. Which was why I was like, why would they fight at the beginning? But they had to get that out of the way. You know, it's been a minute. They had to run them hands. I think I already said this, but when they now, you know, at the end, after they solve everything, they pull up and they got all their cheat codes together. So she just like kicked this nigga jaw off and then snapped it back together. And then I forget, he said something about, man, it used to be so easy to control bitches. Now it's like hard. She just slit that nigga throat. I'm like, oh, fuck. I didn't know if they was gonna bring him back, but then he ends up coming back. And he's like, oh, well, they know I know how this shit works, so the authorities ain't gonna do nothing to me. So we all gonna keep living in this motherfucking world like we have been. And I was like, all right.
Kind of play on, you know, it being another movie.
Exactly. Open up a whole bunch of possibilities. I'm not gonna say like I'm fiending for another one, but this one was good. Wait, which one did I say was the dislikes, the red or the blue pill? Let's say the red one. Oh, blue pill. Okay, now let's go to the blue pill. In the actual Matrix, where we don't know what's happening. Shoot.
So
I got like 6.
Oh man. So Neo, right? He's the one. He's been the one. Whole franchise. Now all of a sudden, Trinity.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Trinity, like when did Trinity become such a fucking like a main character like that? She was a big character in the series.
Whoa, what?
She was big.
Are you crazy?
Series.
It's his love interest the whole series. What are you talking about?
They made her like the fucking like the 1.5. Like
she was the reason Neo became who he became.
Bruh.
What the
she
fuck?
out here flying.
What? Did you not watch the bitch come out of a window on her motorcycle and land on another? Trinity is like that. What are you talking about?
She can fly now?
No, that was because they got together. They explained that. What you mean? They literally explained that.
Bruh, they jumped off the roof, right?
It was holding hands, right? It was holding hands, right?
And she's flying. Neo's like, I'm not doing that, yo. He's like, I'm not doing that. He's like, I'm not doing that. And she's like, oh no, I got you, babe. I'm flying.
They're holding hands, but she's never flown in any other instance. So what's the problem?
That was the weird
they
part.
Explained that. They explained
they
explained that they can do whatever when they are combined together. That was the whole process of him trying to resurrect them, and they kept touching. So he had to keep trying without having them be close. I knew this was gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah, man.
I knew this was gonna be some bullshit. They explained it. What you mean? And Trinity is like that. She was the reason Neo fucking survived as long as he did. Without Trinity, Neo would have been dead a long time ago. Like,
let's keep talking about Neo. Let's keep talking about
Go watch the movies, man.
Let's keep talking about Neo, right? He's like, what if he can't be what he once was? And right. He's like, well, we're fucked. He wasn't really who he was. The whole fucking.
That's why he had Trinity to make the connection. They can do it. They literally are explaining this. Did you not listen to that part at all?
And then we go back to the death of them, right?
Lord.
So they showing in the movie, right?
Go big, chill out.
They showing in the movie how they died. Mm-hmm. They crashed the ship into the fucking machines. Like, when the fuck did this happen?
Mm-hmm. I remember they were holding hands at that point too. I was like, oh, okay.
But then I was like,
okay.
The last movie, all that happened was this nigga Neo was just on the fucking ship, just like this with the fucking like this fucking blindfolded.
And he was supposedly he was supposedly dead.
But I was like, so when the fuck did when did this happen? Like, did y'all just forget about it?
I don't remember what movie that was, but I swear I remember that happening.
No. Nothing I recall. The very last Matrix was him sacrificing himself.
No, it's in Revolutions. It happened.
In the Revolution?
It happened. Yeah, they were holding hands. They were holding hands at it, and that's what they explained. That's why they explained it. They explained it.
He was literally just on a ship, just fucking. They're like, oh yeah, we saved everybody. It's like.
Or Zion. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the very end of the movie.
No,
that's all I was like
in there. It was in there, bro. It's definitely. I'm watching it right now.
It was at the very end.
I don't know. It doesn't say what it was, but it was definitely in there.
Like the very end scene was just Neo on a fucking ship.
Oh yeah, it does say final battle scene, so it should be at the end.
The final battle scene, he gets Mr. Smith out of here, and then he just sacrifices. So like, hey man, just take me, and then he saved everything. But he's literally just on the ship, just like chilling.
This part
into the sunlight.
After he gets whatever Smith. After he gets Smith.
Yeah, when he turns it, he literally turns into Mr.
The shades all like blow up. Yeah. So that crash scene has to be before then.
It was like, okay, so did he die?
But you're going back to a different movie. This has nothing to do. They've been resurrected either way, so it wouldn't have nothing to do with this movie.
Yeah, but how did it come about both of them dying?
So you're talking about that's a dislike for another movie. Like, that's another movie though. You can't put that on this movie. They resurrected them. They said it.
He's just like, yeah, no, fuck with everything happened to them. Niggas died in that crash. And that's what it was.
Technically,
all right. Don't give a damn if you watch.
That's what happens in reboots. Is it not? They change.
Is this a reboot or is it
change thing? That's what I'm hearing. Reboot, sequel.
I'm hearing a sequel.
And now we got a new Morpheus. We have new people.
I'm hearing roles. It was more of for me.
We don't even know if we're gonna get another one. So
it was kind of forced nostalgia for me.
Oh my God, I hate you so much. Are we really gonna talk about forced nostalgia right now?
It's a movie. Like,
I'm gonna have to go delete the whole Spider-Man review because that's literally what you gave your review on.
It wasn't fully, it wasn't full.
Put in the goddamn 3 Spider-Mans in one movie is enforced?
No.
Oh my.
No forced.
If you go race. Be fair about it to every movie.
And at the same time,
they'd be like, nah, it wasn't like that.
In all honesty, if they didn't wait so damn long to remake this movie, it would have been better.
What the fuck does Tom have to do with anything?
Tom, nigga, Keanu Reeves, you based off
the fact that they took how many years to bring Toby back? How many years?
And he still was on the same shit. Right, it was on the same like it was
shit. Like what?
Yeah, like it was like the same, like all that shit CG anyway. But you could tell
in the Matrix. Is it okay?
No, like this nigga literally, bro. Mr. Smith fighting goddamn
what?
Neo.
Because he gave him them hands multiple movies.
Based that fight off of the other one where he was younger. They was looking a little slow. Niggas looking a little slow. It's like you fighting John Wick. I was like, okay,
younger, older. Younger, older. It's supposed to be like that. He's older. He doesn't remember all his kung fu. It said that. Did you not watch the movie? What?
It was just no. You waited too long, bro. They too old.
But Trinity still got it. They too old, but Trinity still got it.
Trinity kind of saved that film.
What the fuck ever?
Keanu Reeves looking like John Wick in this bitch. It's like, okay, just get this man an assault.
You looking like Neo. John Wick looks like Neo because the Matrix is first. Get it right. Yeah.
He's looking like
John Wick. Would not be no John Wick without Neo.
Oh shit, it was almost Will Smith, but that's besides the
fuck. What's your other dislikes, man? Hurry up, bro. Because this shit already pissing me off. Shit don't make sense. Like, nigga, did you not watch the movie? Like,
I watched it. I was
obviously not all your dislikes are justified. They tell you in the movie.
And
this nigga said forced nostalgia like they did just put 3 fucking Spider-Man and they villains in the fucking movie. Out of here.
Yo, I said it.
They literally forced nostalgia.
Damn it, I said it.
Motherfucker.
I say it again.
Oh,
that shit was
hilarious.
They're just like,
oh my
niggas
God.
Literally was like, hey man, bro,
they literally brought new characters and everything.
This is how you know this shit was a cash grab.
This nigga still said
it felt
Spider-Man's not what? It's made how much money now?
It worked.
No,
it worked.
Matrix made their money too. What the fuck? It's not fucking the greatest movie in America, but they gonna make their shit back.
He said it's not the it's not the highest rating movie. It's like
because Marvel forced nostalgia. The same reason you dislike this movie, you love another movie for it. It does not make fucking sense.
I'm a goddamn hypocrite. Yep.
Literally.
I am.
Literally.
It's just different.
That does not make sense at all. It
different tiers. Different tiers. It's different tiers.
Oh, they could go
because they literally took
for the same reason he liked another.
They
movie.
took.
I have never heard of that.
How they fucking just went about the whole Morpheus, right? Even though he literally said in the film, "Hey, you know, I was just watching videos about how he do shit. I'm just copying off him."
I wasn't sure of a callback. So they got a new person. They're literally joking at the fact that they didn't bring Lawrence back. Which, what would he do if they did bring him back? He old as hell.
If you don't know, Lawrence is like the original Morpheus died in between the last revolution and. Like he died in the game, but it was part of the fucking story.
That's Morpheus stuck in the Matrix.
No, makes sense to me. Morpheus literally is dead. He was like he died. I think Mr. Smith killed him some shit.
Why he's in the Matrix? He's stuck in the Matrix.
But apparently he was like, yeah, you know, shit, you created me. Like
because Neo, remember, like I said, Neo needs his Morpheus. He needs the Agent Smith. So wherever he's at, he has to have those, which is why there's a new Morpheus, because there has to be a construct of a Morpheus for Neo to be who he is, the same way he needs a Trinity to be who he is. It made sense. I don't know what you did like. It made sense. They made it make sense. He was watching all the movies, literally like, yeah, I know this from the game, so I'm trying to be the Morpheus that you know. Like, what? They're literally joking the fact that they have a video game, the fact that he's watching Morpheus and shit back going. Man.
Yeah.
They're literally joking about it. Literally.
But they're joking about this shit.
Literally.
And you're sitting here, you're literally the Morpheus scene versus Neo. It was literally just a remake.
No.
It was a new remake of the last fight when he finally say, "All right, I'm gonna beat
Neo was fighting back at the beginning of that, but as he kept going, he was like, Neo, you're faster. You're faster. You know you can do better than this. Come on, fight me. This time it was, I know you still got it, but I need to bring your skills back out, and I need to see how bad you want it. So let me beat your ass. He's literally beating Neo ass. He in the fucking simulation like, shit, and they are like, what is Morpheus doing? And he literally has to beat it out of him to break the whole fucking training construct for him to unleash his power, and that's not cool.
It was dope. It was literally like just doing the same shit.
It wasn't though. Morpheus ain't never crawl up into no fucking corner of the fucking training construct.
It was like, the new school. It was a new school version of the first fight. It was like, okay. They
what I'm getting is this movie can't win with you, regardless of how good it was. It wasn't going.
And this is that first.
You're literally picking
sight, man.
Shit does not.
That first sight. And then they literally played, bro. They literally joked about this being a goddamn cash grab. They was like, yo, when they was in the fucking meeting making a game, he's like, no, let's make another fucking Matrix. Yeah, we got signed up for another Matrix. Let's just keep doing this. It's like,
are you not supposed to make money? Are you not supposed to make money from a movie? Are you not supposed to make money from a movie?
Man.
Are you not?
It was a cash grab, bro.
Are you not supposed to make money from a movie?
They could.
Okay then. No, what the fuck? Every movie is a cash grab.
This is literally
everything you put out is a cash grab.
This is a movie they could have kept. They could have kept this shit.
Was great for OG Matrix fans who know what the fuck they talking about. I've watched this shit since fourth grade. And now I'm a grown adult and I get to see the Matrix. What?
Play the games.
What? Yes, everything.
I was just like, bro. I was like, yo, for some reason this just wasn't it. It wasn't it.
I still haven't heard dislike I can agree on, because everything you said was explained and everything.
It just wasn't it, bro.
Anything else?
They did make Morpheus goofy as fuck. That name.
He was funny.
Like they made him. He's like, oh yeah, he put some shades on.
I like when he first got back. He's like, Mr. Smith. He's like, Mr. White. He said, Mr. White. That nigga started dying laughing. I'm like, oh shit. That part was hella cool. But like, it showed him leaving I dislike almost with you. I almost do with you.
It's like,
I don't know how Morpheus was able to do because at this point they have him as an agent, which that flipped the whole damn script on me. I was like, oh, Morpheus as an agent, like pretty much kill all of us. But how they played it, I liked it too. But I didn't understand how Morpheus was able to do the mirror thing. Remember, he was telling her like, yeah, I saw some weird shit, and then he put his finger through the mirror. But when Neo, when he starts to feel like the shit is not real or nothing, remember, he tries to do it and he can't like do it. And I'm guessing it's because of all the blue pills that they put in his system. I'm like, would Morpheus be taking the same blue pills if he's an agent?
Then he take a red pill, and then he was just like, "Oh shit."
Now I'm saying before he took the red pill, does that mean that he was taking the agents take the blue pill?
Like assigned to just do it. They have to, but
because I mean he had free will because of the whole way that he found out about the key shop and the door and stuff. He's like, yeah, nobody was ever in here, so I just kept looking. Then I found this door and was like, what the fuck? So that part I was a little iffy about. I didn't like that they made him an agent.
And then they made this shit so, it was so woke. Like I was just like, damn.
Very woke. I mean, it's always been that. That's the whole point of the Matrix. They kind of upped it, bro.
People
still think we live in the Matrix,
bro. I was like, damn, I really don't trust white people after watching this. Like,
playing on that, right? I didn't understand
why would food, none of that shit.
Why would do you remember the game designer, like the annoying one, kind of fat? You remember his name?
Yeah, he was part of this shit too. He was fucking.
So my thing about that is why? Remember, because they're in the coffee shop or whatever, right? And he notices that he's always looking at Trinity or whatever. So if the constructs or whatever, the machines are there to keep them from crossing paths, why would he just be like, hey, let me, you do a lot for me, let me go introduce you to Trinity? I was like, why would, if your job is to keep them away, why would you go introduce them? That part,
it was just like, what the fuck?
Because and then even when he's about to jump off the roof and Bug stop him, and she's like, yeah, the machine's about to come, they got hella security. Then he calls him and he's like, are you alone? And that's kind of a sexy question, which I didn't get. I thought that was some white humor. Like,
speaking of Bugs, so the way they played this shit out, right, they made it kind of look like Bugs is going to be the new MC, the main bitch on the fucking show. And then it kind of pushed it to the wayside. It's like, okay, nah, nigga, Neo's back. Get out of here.
I don't know if I want to say.
And they kind of made it look like she was gonna be like down the line, she's gonna be that bitch. And then they was like, nah, nigga, Neo. It's all about Neo.
No, I
can see. You didn't feel at the beginning. I was like, okay, this is like something new.
Because they was watching Trinity at the beginning, so we already had a main character in the beginning, and then the first person she fights is Morpheus. So that's already two main characters already in the beginning.
Yeah, but it made it seem like she in the whole simulation that she's gonna be like the next person up.
I didn't get that, but
and it's like, and then they were kind of No,
I just thought this was some people
found Neo, nigga,
who believed in because remember she said Neo was the one who showed her. That's the whole reason she got out.
Because he jumped off the roof.
So I just felt these was people dedicated to getting Neo and them back because they need hope.
Like it just felt like they kind of like for like Matrix goers, they kind of just retold the story. You didn't feel that way?
Yes, they're supposed to. There hasn't been a Matrix movie in almost 20 years. Kids don't know what the fuck the Matrix is. What do you mean? They have to. They didn't tell any Spider-Man.
They literally,
bro.
They literally
no story
like
the Spider-Man that we already fucking knew.
Did they reach? They didn't go into vivid detail on Toby, Spider-Man, and other Spider-Man. No, they just got
sense.
Like
they literally did the same thing as Spider-Man. Like,
no, they did not.
Yes, they did.
What they retold?
They retold every time they Aunt May or Uncle Ben died. Did they not? This is how you have to become the Spider-Man. They talk about they Mary Janes and what happens. They tell their story, nigga. What are you talking about?
No, the whole damn story, bro. The old Morpheus and all that play on that, and
they told what happened to all the villains. They beef with them about their adversaries like Harry turning on him. All the shit we already knew. Like,
yeah.
Talking about Spider-Man did the exact same. Oh, go to the next one, man. Come on, man.
The aging. Whole part of aging in this movie is kind of like off a little bit. You think so?
No.
Why was Jada like ancient as fuck, and then Neo was like?
Because it was 60 years later. They said that. Watch the movie. Damn. They literally said that. That's why. He thought he had been gone for years. They told him he'd been gone for 60 years. That's why he was old for real.
Man, that shit. It's just maybe because I just wasn't I wasn't that in tune with
obviously
movie,
you were so biased, you tried your best not to like it. And I do my best not to be biased.
I came into the movie thinking, Matrix. I came in a little late.
They gave exactly what you thought. The Matrix. Just like you said, the shit you already knew, they gave that too, plus new information because it's a newer movie. So I don't know what the fuck you want from this movie. I don't know.
It just wasn't it, man.
I don't know what the fuck you want.
It wasn't it.
It's not the best Matrix film. Of course. We know that. We know that. Nobody said it was gonna be the best. No. Like what? That's what I don't get about people about this movie. Like what the fuck? They rebooted and made it come back just like they do every other fucking movie. And
did you like the bike scene?
Like, when they're running from people, I did kind of think it was unnecessary. And then the people start jumping out the window. I'm just like, okay.
That was actually, I fucked with it. That was
that part I did like, but I didn't feel like we had to go through all this.
The motherfucker driving, he just.
And at that part, I was like, bro, like, don't they know by now? This nigga has learned how to throw force fields or something. Stop doing this shit. Like come on.
Like he's like, ooh, I can do that now.
Yeah, like even with the helicopter scene at the end, I'm just like, if another motherfucker shoot a rocket at this man, it was his new power. It was a new power. He has to. When you learn a new power in the video game, they make you make use of it for at least the first stage you on and afterwards. So it made sense.
It felt like I was playing Mortal Kombat and they would just press the uppercut button. It's just
it felt like I'm playing Mortal Kombat against somebody who throw projectiles and that's it. Like I can't get close to them, so it's like making them OP that they just keep throwing these projectiles. I think at one point he like punched somebody on the bike. I'm like, all right, come on. You could throw force fields and all of a sudden you just, you know what, I'm gonna hit this nigga. So yeah, that part I definitely feel was forced. Finally, I can agree with you on.
Kind of just. It just wasn't.
That part was forced for sure.
It just wasn't. Like I didn't leave the movie theater like, damn, that was pretty good. I was just like, bro, the movie end and all you heard is what the fuck.
I was just like, yes.
I was like, you watched the end credit?
I like literally turned it off as it was coming, but I had to leave, so I didn't finish it. That's what I was supposed to do.
Incredible was literally just another. They was literally just in the fucking.
Chilling.
It was no play on another movie. It was just like fucking like gotcha, bitch. Why did you stay? It was kind of like they was just in the game.
That's why somebody told me I didn't need to see it, and I was like, I'll go back and watch that shit.
It was literally just them in the fucking meeting room talking about the game. It was just like,
oh, okay, never mind. You're right. I did watch that, talking about a cat tricks or something.
Yeah,
something like that. Which
like,
I feel like they were throwing hints at something, but you kind of gotta figure, because I figured Matrix with the black cat. I'm like, they're doing something. So it might not be another Matrix movie, but something to kick off. Something.
No, they need to go back to the drawing board.
That's what I think.
Before they
but that part was funny.
That shit need to be called Matrix Rebooted.
Going into the whole Trinity and Neo thing, it was like, okay, if we are introducing that, you know, when they touch or get too close, they become like super powerful or whatever. But I mean, it was multiple times in like there was times in the movies, like when the first time like he quote unquote died by Agent Smith and he just laying on the table before he got his eyes burnt out, and then they started making, now she's like, Neo, you can't die, and that's when the shit comes back. So I'm like, okay, that's them explaining that when they are together, a miracle shit can happen. The same thing when Santi, I hope her name is Santi is like, oh, when they brought Trinity back and said like, oh yeah, that's good, but we gonna need a miracle, which the miracle is them touching. Yeah, and the past movies, after I watched the movie, I went on YouTube and I was like, man, this shit don't make sense, and then somebody explained it. But it is in the past movies when they do that, something crazy happens. So I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Oh, so you went
the
back
case,
to get an explanation. That's how you kind of more woke on it, because I was like,
you gave up on it. You didn't even give it a chance.
I watched the film. I didn't want to. Like,
you can't just give up on it. Like,
the thing is, bro, I did look at it. I was like, maybe I'm tripping. And I'm looking at other reviews and it's like, nope.
Again, I pride myself as a huge Matrix fan, and I'm like, people who don't know the Matrix won't like this movie. They don't know what's going on.
And I went to see the movie. I got the chance to see the movie for free because of certain instances. But it was just still like, I was like in the movie there, it's like I've never like.
I'm rating this motherfucker higher than Spider-Man. I'm rating this motherfucker higher than Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I know you are. This might be my lowest rate. I'm not gonna hold you, but it just wasn't it for me. It wasn't it.
I don't know what the fuck you wanted, because everything you dislike they gave to you. I'm just like,
I wanted a series. I wanted.
They did that. They said serious. That. They explained that. Like, what?
I wanted a better storyline, because the whole play on this motherfucker creating a video game was like, okay, that was cool, and then it was like,
it wasn't a real video game though. That was to keep him at bay. What is the problem with that? They had to somehow could keep him in tune with the Matrix. That's why they made it literally explains everything. I don't know what y'all niggas. I'll say it right now. Everybody disliked this movie. I don't know what the fuck you wanted in the movie. They literally gave it to us. And
I wanted the Matrix like 1, 2, and 3.
People fucking like Spider-Man.
Not being a reboot. It felt like a reboot, bro.
Fucking knew how the movie was going in.
Felt like that retcon shit. It's like, okay,
let's die.
But you know, we can agree to disagree. It just was not it for me.
It wasn't going to win for you either way. You did not go into this like, let me openly take this in. Like I fucking did.
Into it as a
now I know how you go rate from now on. So keep that same energy. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna do the same. Since you kept that same energy, I'm going into movies being biased as fuck and not giving them a chance. Bet. Say no more. All right, so get ready, y'all. This year, I am letting it rip. I am letting it rip. You thought I was the villain last year? Yeah. Thank you, co-host. He is letting me be. Yep.
I went to this movie as a fan, and then it came out as I'm not going to see the fucking next one. It's just like,
keep that same.
But maybe I need. But you explained it better for me. I
always do. Niggas don't pay attention to the movie and they just hate it because they didn't pay attention. Like, what? That literally makes no sense.
It's like, man,
like, everything you hated, they did the same as Spider-Man. And it's just like, but I like that, so that's cool. That doesn't make sense.
Like, I literally fucking sat in the movie there, like, okay, that's cool.
Bree will tell you, I stopped this bitch 15 minutes into the movie and she was like, what's wrong? I was like, I love this shit already. I was like, and she's like, what? Did people say it was bad? I was like, yeah, people say they hate it. She's like, it's pretty good so far. I'm like, yeah, I don't get this. And she don't even know shit about the Matrix. And she understood. Oh, before we rate. Oh, man.
Out of,
wow.
So it's 4 Matrix movies, right? Correct?
Yeah, I believe.
Out of the 4, where do you put this movie out of the 4?
The one with the twins is my favorite. I can't remember. Is that 2 or 3?
That was 2.
Yeah, 2 is my favorite. Revolutions I really like. The first Matrix I was super young when I saw, but now as an adult. But I would put it before the first Matrix because.
You would put it before the first Matrix?
The first one wasn't that good to me.
That was literally the first fight with Morpheus and goddamn Neo.
That was because, you know, nobody has seen that before. I can see at the time it would have been like fucking great. But then after 2-3 movies of it, they advanced it and made it better.
The fucking Dies in the Woods like this and shit.
They do that in every other movie.
Nah, when they first fucking
it's the Matrix. They do that in every movie. How you gonna tell me?
The fucking Neo's like shooting that nigga.
Did he not fight Mr. Anderson? I mean, not fight Mr. Smith in the second one? He did the same thing. Yeah. Didn't change.
A little different.
But change. He didn't have a pole. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he's still beating ass every other movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Same shit.
So you put 4 over 1.
Yes.
That's crazy.
1 was an introduction movie. That's okay. It got way better after 2 and 3. Like
it was. The first one was fucking amazing.
It's the OG, yeah. But those effects we had never seen before just got advanced in 2 and 3. So I like the advanced effects other than the original. Like what?
I mean,
technology got better.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, they do make that look a whole lot. That's like basing. Like yeah.
The first one was fucking fucking the lowest CGI they could do.
Yeah.
They push it. They had to make everybody the same character. Was how bad the CGI was, and that's the best one.
It's not the best one.
They have different Smiths. They have different personality Smiths. They have a black Smith. That's not fucking. Okay, man. Rate it. Let's get to the rates. I'm gonna have the hardest time editing this. I'll just go skip past all your parts.
And then I was like, maybe I'm, maybe it's me. And I'm looking around, looking at other reviews. I'm like, no, everybody else is really shitting on this movie.
I didn't know everybody else makes up yours, but okay.
No, because I saw it and I was like,
all right, what the fuck, say, man?
And then I look at everybody else. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
what we rating it, man? What are we?
You want me to go first?
Yes, hurry up,
because you explained it so much.
No, without my explanation. Say it with your chest. What you was gonna say.
Because at first, remember I said last podcast I was gonna shit on this movie.
already had ill intentions to the movie, y'all. Yeah, because that's how you go in.
Because I briefly seen it before you already. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm about to shit on this movie.
Because that's how you
Because you explained it more clearly for me. It was going to be like a 4. I'm not going to cap. It was going to be a 4. Because I see it and it looks a little bit better for me. No, 6.
Watch the movie one time.
Yeah, I couldn't watch this
show or movie have we watched one time and just be like, okay, cool.
I
don't get everything the first time. Oh, I watched No Popcorn Time.
No, I saw Spider-Man once. Our past podcast, I've been watching shit just once.
Hawkeye, I've watched double times. Any movie we've done, I watched double, because the first time you take it in, you don't notice everything. The second time you go back and confirm the shit you don't. But again, you did not give it a chance. So
I did. I paid. Well, technically, I technically paid for the movie. I went to the movie. Damn.
All right, on to my rate. 8.5. Easy for me. Way better than Spider-Man. Did not force the nostalgia on you and change key factors to the fucking story and fucking people. The thing is, I knew this one was going to be reviewed like this because any fucking reboot or coming back after so long, people are going to hate it. Like, it's not no way to continue the nostalgia and excitement that it gave you. Even in Spider-Man, I'll say, even in Spider-Man. Woo, whoop-de-doo. Let's see the other ones. But okay, we already know what the fuck happens. With this one, at least they give you a different look at shit. There's another player that comes into. Now we have a whole base of people who look at Neo as like, what the fuck? We finally get to meet you. You freed the whole world from these machines. What? We're bringing characters Jada Pinkett is 60 years later. Like, bro, I don't see. It was hard for me writing these dislikes as I was like getting it because I'm just like, yo, this is so fucking cool. So 8.5 better than Spider-Man. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
It wasn't it. It wasn't
watch it because obviously,
but I, if
appreciate
you feel
the
Matrix way
for it.
The same, you can go watch it, and you let me know how do you feel.
I actually watched.
Did you just say,
don't go in by
this was actually pretty good, or you just like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, what's going on? Thanks for watching, you guys. Another review of Matrix. Very different podcast today, but little hate here and there, but biased.
Shout out to all the real Matrix fans, not the people who just went to see the movie.
I mean, we kind of felt that way with goddamn Space Jam, but we was on the same page. But now, it's kind of like,
It's because we know Space Jam. You might need to brush up on some things, brother.
It was just too much. Like, I wouldn't say it was too much. It was just, maybe it was too long. It was too long.
That wasn't my dislike. It was definitely too fucking long. I was like we got to about 3-4 months. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Maybe because I went to see the movie at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. After work. Yup.
In the episode, man. In the episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, like the video, tell us what you think. And we out.
Like the goddamn video.
Please.
Share it.
I'm broke.
I'm broke. We need some money. Perfect.
Your life can feed 5 children.
If you want to sponsor the Z&J show for 5 cents a day, it just takes 5 cents a day.
God damn it.
You can help a kid.
Cash out $1.
Something, please.
Share it.
Happy New Year.